Moving from a detached family home into a strata property is a significant transition, and one of the biggest hurdles I see downsizers facing is that they see a sudden mountain of new paperwork. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, but there is one document that is actually your best friend in this transition, and that's the depreciation report. So think of it not as a list of problems, but as a 30-year-old roadmap for the building's future. So let's look at exactly how to read it.
Buying a modern condo means purchasing a percentage of a massive, aging physical machine. You own a fraction of the roof, the plumbing lines, the underground parking, and the elevator shafts. Many buyers assume a management company or the original developer will cover the costs when those shared systems eventually break down. In reality, the financial burden falls entirely on the collective owners of the building. When those shared systems fail, the primary financial risk to the owners is a special levy. If a building hasn't saved enough money over time, a special levy is issued to make up the difference. It is a legally binding invoice that forces each owner to pay thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars out of pocket, all at once. To prevent those surprise invoices, British Columbia mandates the Strata Depreciation Report. It is a 30-year roadmap that forces buildings to physically inspect their assets and project exactly what will fail and when. These reports can easily exceed 100 pages of engineering data. However, the document is built on 3 key assessments that evaluate a building's health and help you protect your investment. The first assessment focuses on the Contingency Reserve Fund, or CRF. This is the Strata Corporation's dedicated savings account for long-term repairs. This chart compares a building's actual savings against its required targets. The first bar shows the money currently sitting in the CRF, while the second bar shows the amount the evaluating engineer recommends having on hand today. The gap between those two numbers is the shortfall. It indicates that the building's current savings rate is failing to keep pace with the projected wear and tear on the property. Identifying that gap is the necessary first step to solving the problem. It allows owners to adjust their savings before a system physically fails and triggers a crisis. The next section grounds those financial targets in the physical reality of the building. This timeline projects the building's upcoming high-ticket capital projects. It plots out exactly when major assets like the roof, the boiler, or the elevators will likely reach the end of their usable life and need replacement. Modern reports also factor in new infrastructure demands. Upgrading a building's electrical capacity to support electric vehicle charging is now a significant capital expense that must be accounted for on this schedule. Seeing an elevator replacement scheduled for 3 years from now turns an abstract financial target into a tangible deadline. It makes the urgency of proactive funding undeniable. To solve for these costs, the report provides 3 mandatory cash flow funding models. These represent different strategies to bridge the gap between current savings and those upcoming expenses. This graph models the baseline scenario. What happens if the strata changes nothing and keeps monthly fees exactly where they are? The fund eventually drops below zero, triggering a massive red spike that represents a mandatory special levy. A second path uses small, incremental increases to monthly strata fees over time. In this model, the savings dip during repair years, but safely maintain a balance above zero, successfully dodging the special levy. Full funding requires more aggressive fee increases immediately to build a larger surplus. This path eliminates the risk of a shortfall entirely. When presented with these models, owners can see that paying slightly higher, predictable monthly strata fees is a manageable choice, compared to suffering a sudden, financially devastating invoice. Under BC provincial law, strata corporations are required to provide this level of financial transparency to anyone involved in the building. Prospective buyers should always review the depreciation report attached to the Form B information certificate. It acts as a financial X-ray of the investment, revealing the true state of the property. For current owners, this report is the primary resource during the annual general meeting. It allows owners to review these projections and vote to approve the budgets necessary to keep the building functional. Active participation and voting based on the data in this report is the most effective way an owner can protect their property value. Understanding the depreciation report transforms unpredictable disasters into planned maintenance. It ensures your building stays physically sound and helps you maintain a surprise-free strata lifestyle.
So the key takeaway is that a depreciation report is all about predictability. You want a building that is planning for the future, not one waiting for an emergency. Now, every strata is going to be unique, and these reports can be dense. So if you're looking at a building in Abbotsford and want a steady, experienced set of eyes to walk through the numbers with you, please reach out. Let's make sure that your next transition is a peaceful one.